The following 6 proposals for a new Oxnard ferry terminal are ground forms whose place and time are synchronized with 3 imaginary settings of an Oxnard in varying symbioses with sea level rise, 2 projects per setting. Kenneth Frampton's postulation of megaform as urban landscape inspires the efforts and focus of this studio. It is simultaneously informed by the vigors of the combinatory topologies described by Claude Parent and Paul Virilio in The Function of the Oblique. With that said, this studio is not a landscape urbanism studio. Instead, it is a ground form urbanism studio that puts stock in prioritizing ground as construct as artifice over land as seemingly unconstructed, as innocent nature. By invoking form and formation, and spiking organization and profile with variable grades of inclination, the term ground form champions an architecture of eruptive, if not disruptive appearance and force. That is a punchy emergent, feature-rich thing within an inchoate field, rather than an architecture that disappears, politely retiring as if camouflaged to dissolve into anything and everything but architectural form. The archipelago setting is imagined as a knowing future from a distant past when the ground was fashioned with foreknowledge of its gradual disappearance, as a chain of tilted and tilting islands structured around canals and dams with a fabric comprised of sedimentations of oceano-urbanic ruins over time. These projects are quasi-geological, porous, piled, shell-like, and bleached. Wei and Wu's residual strata is a layered monolith of a terminal whose interior boarding platforms sit in grotto channels with walls that expose the buildup of the crushed rocky remains of earlier Oxnards. Wu and Zhou's stretched esplanades is a delicate fanning, fractal extending a radial array of coastal walking surfaces along and into the ocean. The grid setting conjures a parallel rationalist oceanic courtyard-based urbanism where the figure-ground binary is deliberately inverted, reversed, and disoriented at its intersections and edges to create forms with fluctuating edges and stepped, cavernous, protracted interiors. Crossroads, intersections become both figure and ground, and the traditional urban block is an emptied field of salty water or low-rise configurations. Groza and Khana's woven nodal exchange packs the Cardo and Decamanus of its courtyard-based urban structure with mass, density, and volume while fracturing the surfaces around the intersection with stepping plates that gather activities and interrupt the horizon. Gurgling beneath the turbulence are ferries that emerge and disappear from a corner of the gridiron on the round-trip journeys to the Channel Islands. Wang and Zhang's tiered groundform lives up to its name and similarly packs an intersection with mass and volume but with feathered terracing that amplifies the threshold between constructed ground and aqueous court edge, between arrivals, departures, and the architectural orders of civilization. The port setting is a near-future imaginary where long-term planning instantiates a mega-scale relocation of the Los Angeles port to Oxnard. The 2 ferry terminals in this human-made ecology are oriented and orienting assemblages and platforms at the gateways of an oceanic megalopolitan theater of logistics and its supports. Brown and Knudsen's framing fluis a lithe, attenuated shed-like structure whose body is of the thinnest bones. The serial frames are analogues for film frames, periodically pausing the hustle-bustle of the world around it into stills and portraits which quickly zoom in and out of focus. Situated at the farthest corner from the mouth of the harbor, trips to and from it extend its capacity to both arrest and release perceptions of flux. Strezepek and Waddell's constructivist slip is an extended pier of stretched, cascading triangulated plates that energize the elongated aircraft carrier-like terminus as it points purposefully westwards and beyond to the Far East. In sum, the 6 sectionally and volumetrically active, plan-agitative projects expand on foundational disciplinary ideas of edge and threshold, figure, ground, landscape urbanism, and the continuous surface.